the biggest thing for 2025 is Cena.
Everyone's been selling
out arenas.
But John Cena, nothing else.
Selling out arenas. All these shows, all these pay-per-views doing great because everyone knows this is the last time they're going to see Cena.
So do you think that's why they maybe took a step back on the storytelling?
I think they could because I don't think they have. I think they were telling stories with Seth and the Vision against Punk and, Becky joining and, they've been trying to do some stuff with Cody and Drew, which is not into it. Like, they've been trying, right? Like, Jay's having a breakdown. There's stuff going on, but there's nothing that's like the bloodline carrying the division. Stone Cold trying to get the belt back, carrying the division.
But that bloodline also came after, like, when was the last time you remember something being that cool? It'd been a long, maybe the evolution.
No, because 2019 sucked, right? Yeah. 2019 was a shitty year. And that's what I'm scared that next year might be like, because, Cena went on the Joe Rogan podcast and he was like, no, it's crazy because I'm going to retire. I only saw clips. Well, I saw a lot of clips. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw a lot of clips. Follow me on Facebook. I've been going ham on there, but
yes, you have.
John Cena said something like, it is a big moment. People really invest in it, but next year around the Rumble or by like WrestleMania, they're gonna forget about me anyways. And as much as like no one's gonna forget about him, like that's what people took the wrong way because everyone's like on Twitter in the comments, John Cena, I will never forget you. You are my goal. I will remember you forever. Like, no, we're not saying you're gonna forget. I haven't forgotten about Stone Cold Steve Austin or like Macho Man Randy Savage. It's not that I'm saying you're gonna forget about him, but the wrestling business is gonna move on. And you're going to be invested. They're going to be invested in the storylines. You're going to be invested in the WrestleMania card. The tour is going to be over.
We're all going to be talking about like what are they planning next? What's going to be the next big
I was the biggest Rob Van Dam fan, and when he won the world title at One Night Stand, it was a big deal. But once Rob Van Dam was gone, it was okay. Now wrestling kept going on, right? Once The Rock left to Hollywood, we didn't all stop watching wrestling. Wrestling kept going on. Once Hogan left the WWE, you don't have to say, like, he's not wrong. It was a very humbling thing for him to say, but it's true. Like, after this is done, I'm gone. Then they're just going to move about. Like, they'll be sad, they'll be whatever, but by January, February, they're going to be like, who's going to win the Rumble? What's going to be the WrestleMania main event? Like, the show is going to go on. I'm worried that I don't know what the big thing is after Cena retiring because they haven't really set anything up as like the big story. Like Punk being the champion isn't a big story. Punk trying to beat Seth would have been the story a little bit too, but Seth got hurt.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I don't know what's going to happen.
I was about to say that. I'm not concerned about it, and I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes wrestling is the best when you don't know.
Yeah, so because I don't know right now, like there's like we can't predict any storylines.
But that's why I'm also like it's okay for them to throw a curveball and give us something like Braun Breaker winning the belt.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Because they need to do things now to shake things up a little bit.
If I was WWE, I'm not though, but I'm okay for this masked man to stay this masked man for a very long time. Like, I'm okay running this to like Elimination Chamber.
What if Logan Paul wins the belt before Braun Breaker? Is that weird?
What if the masked man, like you said, comes to help Logan win this title?
What if the masked man is Jake Paul?
Wow.
What? And really, it was just
hate these guys
just Logan's hire the entire time. He uses the masked man to screw over Braun and Bronson Reed.
Could you imagine it ends up being Jake Paul? Holy shit.
The people would hate WWE. They'd be like, this company's doomed, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but they say that every year. So who cares? I'm all for that.
They've done it multiple times. To like Ricochet, Braun Strowman, I think. They've done it multiple times where Bronson Reed jumps off something onto someone on a car doing a tsunami. But the height that he got tonight, I don't know, it was impressive. It looked even harder.
What was even crazier was the fact I think that car actually belonged to someone and it wasn't a staged car. Man, they're going to owe some money to someone.
I think it was a rental.
I don't think. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're still going to have to pay for damages. I guess whatever. They'll pay the deductible.
I was just waiting for Logan Paul to look in the camera and say, "Real glass, cry me a river."
Real glass.
But even that, like once again, being the old head, the guy that grew up in the early 2000s and the 90s, them going backstage to continue the beat down on LA Knight, very old school, very throwback. You know,
it was. I was all for that. I don't know what the purpose of all that was. Like after the match, I think they were trying to give like LA Knight that feel like, look at this hero. He's still trying to fight. But
No, they were, because I think they're trying to get LA Knight back in this Vision storyline because they took him out for the tournament. Now he has a reason to be angry. He has a reason to come back. It will probably need a LA Knight Bronson Reed feud now. Like that's what I think it's leaning to. While Braun focuses on Punk, Logan's gonna focus on Ray, Bronson on LA Knight, and it's gonna be Ray, Punk, and LA Knight against these three. Because Roman's gonna show up around Christmas time. Maybe get involved with Jimmy and Jay. Maybe we're gonna get a.
It's already Christmas time, isn't it?
Maybe we're gonna get a Samoan triple threat at WrestleMania.
Oh,
who knows? Who knows?
Roman will probably set something up for Netflix premiere again, right?
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe they'll just be Roman will appear. Roman returns.
Yeah,
and who knows what happens with Brock Lesnar when we see him again?
True.
That's just a weird time, but that was Raw. That was a good Raw.
It was.
It was a great Raw. It was a good Raw.
I would say it's a great Raw.